This is how to mix vocals like NF and FL Studio.
Oh boy, we got another decoy. Every verse I deploy on a beats like a military breach.
Alright, so here we are inside the project. Firstly, shout out the artist Tyro. That's whose vocals I'm mixing right now. He's one of my clients and we're actually mixing a whole album right now, so it's crunch time. So I did a little bit of an instrumental mix on this one too, which sometimes I do, sometimes I don't do. As you can see, it's like a bass guitar track, a main melody track, an 808, and drums as well, along with the vocals. There's a lot in this mix. I won't really go over what I did to those. It was just minor tweaks here and there on the EQ, compression, things like that, stereo field. But let's go over what I did to the vocals. So for these vocals, there was like a lead main here, which is versus main, and then versus sides. Then we had this little crazy vocal thing, which I'll play quick.
Finally separated from the ones who hate it.
That was a really fun little vocal thing to mix in there. And then just more mains at the end of the song with more backing vocals. So it's basically just one main layer of vocals throughout the song and one backing layer. So to start off in the main vocals, I threw Ozone Imager on just to give it a little bit of widening. You know, you don't want your vocals to be like super mono. This is just like kind of genreless. It's not just NF, but have a little bit of a stereo spread to them. One thing with NF vocals is you definitely want them to be upfront, aggressive, and punchy. So for that, you're gonna want compressors, bruh. So I have my first compressor here with the punchy vocals preset, another Pro C2 with the aggressive preset, really works nicely for those NF style vocals, and another compressor with punchy vocals again at the end of the vocal chain. And if you can't see the vocal chain, I'll pop up a little picture here. So with the auto-tune, I didn't really crank it. He sent them to me a little bit auto-tuned already, so I wasn't trying to like double auto-tune it, so I just had the retune speed on 30, nothing crazy. Then just a little bit of fresh air really to add a little bit of excitement. One thing with these vocals, I will play them now in a second, you'll hear that there's a little bit of background noise. Fresh air kind of makes that worse, it makes a high end worse, so I didn't add any high air, I just added 10 on the mid air, just to give it a little bit more mid presence. Here's the main vocal with the beat without the side vocals.
Oh boy, we got another decoy. Every verse I deploy on a beats like a military breach. So explosive.
Yeah, the song's really dope. So if I solo them, you can hear here that there's actually some background noise and some like high-end hiss.
Oh boy, we got another decoy. Every verse I
So how we would normally get rid of that is we'd pull up this plugin called NS1 Stereo. Also, I'm very sick, apologize for the voice. And this would reduce the noise, but I tested it out with this on these vocals. It wasn't doing much on the high end, and the thing about this is it's you can't drag this all the way up. If you drag this all the way up, it's taking a lot of the vocal out, and it might sound like there's a gate on it, or it's just taking so much of the high end out that the vocal sounds extremely dull and lacks any type of like vibrance. So I didn't want to do that, obviously, because we need that in the song in general for vocals. And with the beat, and because of how full the beat is in terms of the instrumental sounds and the drums, the 808, you can't really hear that background noise in the mix, so I thought it was better to preserve the vocal instead of putting this on and just like dampening the vocal, just so we didn't have that high-end hiss there, because it's really not even that noticeable. So that's a little choice, you know, that these are the choices that we have to make like every day as mix engineers. That like normally I would just do that, I would just throw that on without thinking. When I heard that, boom, drag it to where I wanted, but this time obviously I had to do it a bit different. Then this is what the backing vocal sounds like with the beat.
Oh boy, we got another decoy. Every verse I deploy.
So she's just singing the same melody, right, as a lead, everything's the same. So what I did is just put Freddie Stereo Shaper on, put it to stereo, so there's no mono signal, so it's letting the main vocal really shine in the middle, and it's just adding presence on the sides to kind of fill it out a bit. Just did that, then a similar vocal chain, and then put some reverb on the end of that with these settings here. The mix knob was at 29%, so a decent amount of reverb. And yeah, with this really cool vocal thing, it was just about leveling, because he actually already sent it to me with effects on.
I don't let that fly by me. You fool. Finally separated from the ones who hate it.
Then what I also did, just to add a little bit of excitement to some sections, just added a low octave, so I'll play that.
When we know it's just a lease. See, everything ain't what it appears to be.
Just adds that like darker sound. And then the last thing I really did was add a couple beat cuts, beat pauses here and there, and I'll play those too.
Oh boy, why you talking like you bought it when we know it's just a lease? Go and he's finally coming in. I did this on my own, ain't nobody.
So that was really all the things that I added to give it that NF sound, you know, really compressed upfront vocals, backing vocals pretty drowned out in the back. You know, we want those main vocals to really shine. Couple low octaves, couple beat cuts. Yeah, and that was really it. So now I'll play a little before and after of my mix.
Oh boy, we got another decoy. Every verse I deploy on a beach like a military breach. So explosive when I speak, got me feeling out of reach.
So there it was, y'all. That's how to mix vocals in FL Studio like NF. Hope you guys liked that video. Let me know who you want to see me make a breakdown for next. If you want to get a song mixed by me, hit me up. Details are in the description. You can hit me up through my website, through my Instagram, whatever's easiest for y'all. And as always, man, one day I'm gonna be in that penthouse. I'm gonna have that Tesla, and I'll see y'all in another video, bro. Peace.
She fine, I like to wine and dine all night.